Just thinking about the thought of one universe is already crazy, but when you think about universes like Marvel, it has multiple universes you can get lost in, whether live action, animated, or even comics. There's a lot of different versions of the same characters you can dive deep into their lore in, some having slightly different histories, some having vastly different histories, different powers, different struggles. You gotta love it. Just like how there's the main universe continuity Spider-Man, just like how there's a live-action Spider-Man, multiple live-action Spider-Man, there's a Ultimate Universe Spider-Man that I want to go over today. I've went over him before on the channel. This is nothing new. Despite him being a different universe version of Spider-Man, he has a lot of similarities to Spider-Man when it comes to being a hero, a true hero, having different powers, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to repeat every single feat I went over previously, but you guys know the deal. Just like the main universe, he got bitten by a super spider, which gave him superhuman abilities. Pretty much stated right here in his powers and abilities section. He gains super strength, reflexes, equilibrium, the ability to clean the most surfaces, and a sixth sense that warns him of impending danger. A warning system, basically, and he's smart. He has tech, like web shooters, so he can kind of sell the spider theme, right? Sticking to walls and such. But similar to the main continuity Spider-Man, he gets a suit that enhances him, known as the symbiote suit, black suit. Similar concept, but slight differences here and there. You know what I'm saying? Let's dive into it. It may seem simple, but he's ridiculously smart to even make these web shooters with techie type stuff, like using his brain to do such a thing is more impressive than you might think. He just makes this kind of stuff look easy. This is not something you can just simply buy from the store and swing around like Spider-Man. You know, he had to make this custom made for himself. I want to focus on this video of him being symbiote Spider-Man. He doesn't have that many appearances, so this video might not be as long as you might like. See, here's the thing. This is how they explain it. They pretty much say what I already told you about how he got bit by a spider, got strong, all that good stuff. Being a superhero, great power comes great responsibility. They pretty much explain it right here. Peter goes to visit a college student, Eddie Brock, the son of his father's partner, to catch up on old times. Eddie and Peter used to play together as kids. Eddie takes Peter to campus Science Center and shows him a container of a frozen black liquid. Peter asks, "What is it?" Eddie says, "It's our inheritance." Oh boy, that black liquid. States here, this is what their fathers were working on. This is their life's work. The people that was working on this just never got to see it all the way through. As of right now, all they know it is as a big pile of protoplasmic goo, and it's supposed to be a cure to cancer. And what do you know? They called it, surprise, the suit. Yeah, very creative name. Some kind of protoplasmic medical dip that was to be tailored to a patient's specific DNA code. They call it a genetic bodysuit, would be, in theory, temporarily take hold of a patient's biology, find out what the body needs, and then find a natural solution. Like if cancer had spread a tumor, the suit would search the body for the right natural toxins, find solutions in the patient's own body chemistry, and put them to work. It would find cancer, diagnose it, and kill it. And this black suit, I shouldn't have to say this, but it's literally confirmed, and the suit would enhance the physical strength and natural abilities of the patient. And as we all know, Peter in his base form is already physically ridiculously strong thanks to that spider bite, and you're telling me whatever he can do with this suit on, he can do better with it on? You know what I mean? You guys knew this was inevitable because that's what this video is about. Of course, it gets on him, surrounds him, and that's basically how he dons the black suit, the famous black suit in Ultimate Universe. Like with Spider-Man with his black suit, is literally stated out of his mouth. He feels stronger and faster, so whatever he can do in his red suit, he can do better in this suit. You know, there's just too much evidence of it. There's perks to having this suit because Peter isn't normally considered bulletproof, but this suit implied that it helps him withstand just straight up gunfire. We see in this occasion where he's looking like Venom, like the suit's kind of acting crazy. We see him getting shot with beams, lasers, bullets, and his body can withstand it. Getting shot up here, and it's fine. Narrated, he can take a bullet now. That's how it is with the new suit. And he can shoot out his own form of organic web, I guess, to mess up with beings, guns, or things like that. Even stated here, he doesn't need web shooters. The suit produces its own bio-organic web. It gives him perks like being able to stretch and attack you without necessarily having to web you, like literally stretch his arm. It enhances his durability. The bad thing about being a symbiote, or one could say in this case, kind of similar to this universe version of Venom, he gets hungry. One of the biggest cons is that it's kind of like a living thing. It'll start acting crazy, like basically making him into Venom and crap, making him into a horror movie type character, so he wanted to get it off. Like, you got occasions of him fighting Venom. You know, when Eddie Brock got the symbiote black suit, they box it out a bit. and the suit actually returned to him, it gets back on him and he has like a different look or different mode, one could say. I mean, the good way to understand his strength is just to look at Spider-Man without the symbiote. And I literally showed you already proof of that. Wearing the symbiote enhances the user's already crazy abilities. He's way stronger where he looks. Even back in the earlier days when he was making money, during this wrestling crap, he can lift huge people like this over his head and slam them. Vending machines may seem light, but they are heavier than you think. He can lift this up with ease. Strength to lift forklifts, taxi cab, cars, vehicles, all that. He can sling that far. If he can lift vehicles up in his base form, of course, when you see cases like this of him lifting up something like this in his black suit, that's obvious. And not just cars, he can do the same with cargo, trucks. He can lift over his head. I mean, in his personal opinion, he believes he can lift a city bus over his head, and I definitely believe him. What do you think his black suit self can do if his red suit self can do this normal suit, normal powered self? When it's literally confirmed that this black suit enhances the physical strengths and natural abilities of the patient, and he's wearing it. I mean, it's literally stated in like recaps about the lore. Like right here, it pretty much recaps the events. It talks about how he has this black suit. It states it expands his powers and render him nearly unstoppable. So let you know whatever he can do before, he can do better. The suit makes him even better than he was at base. It made him an unbeatable crime fighter, but at the price of bringing out a dark side of Peter when he was about to kill a burglar. That's basically why in scans like this, when he's wearing the black suit, you see him do the standard spider stuff. I mean, he could have did this without the suit. So it just, of course he can do it in this suit, ripping the top of cars off with ease or ripping the top of a limo. He can punch hard even without the black suit. You know, in this occasion, you see Ultimate Spider Peter Parker actually punch and make Miles from the Ultimate Universe drowsy and go to sleep, knock him out cold with a punch. Somebody that always interacts with the main continuity Peter Parker. So would this mean with the Ultimate Universe Peter be similar in punching power to the main continuity one? Yeah, even without the black suit, he can hit really hard with his super strength. This feat is more impressive than you think when you realize how durable this Miles is when it comes to how much he can withstand and how strong he is physically and physical attributes. For him to be able to punch him out in his base state without no symbiote is more impressive than you think. This implies that this being right here is like literally the size of a building when it comes to height. Look how small Ultimate Miles look. I want you guys to understand how impressive it is for Ultimate Peter without black suit to be able to knock him out. These are the type of beings he can punch out. It's almost like literally punching down a small house or a very short building or some crap. When I say bigger than certain buildings, yes, I literally mean it. Who's to say Ultimate Spider-Man couldn't do the same when it comes to knocking out beings like that? We did see him knock out somebody that did this, especially in his black suit. I definitely don't see no reason why his punches wouldn't be able to send her flying or at least make her sleepy too. His fist in his black state, which enhances him, would definitely be strong enough to where it would basically feel like a house landing on you, or he would send a house flying with his strikes, being able to knock a giant out. He would definitely be able to do the same in his symbiote state. You know, it all makes sense with the lore. To be able to tilt a house with his strikes or collapse it, you know. It's basically no wonder when he's like this that he can knock out beings. Even if they got special gear, he can still one-shot knock you out with ease. We see him punch beings that far away. You already know how fast he is in his base form. When it comes to his reflexes, one could say this is partly thanks to Spider Sense letting him know where the lightning is going to hit, but yeah, his base form he can react to Electro's lightning blast. We see him here in his base form weave through electricity or Electro's blast and guns too. This can give you an idea of his fighting speed. I mean, Electro's literally one of his main villains, so it makes sense for him to be react to lightning blast consistently, partly probably because of Spider Sense helping him know where it's going to land. He knows what you're going to do before you do it. Fighting speed in his base form. So how fast do you think he is in the black suit form if he can do this in his base form? And we don't really know how much the black suit amps him. We just know it amplifies him a bit. But there's no exact math on how much he's getting amped up. But if he can do this in his base, he eventually gets hit though. But the fact that he can react to lightning consistently, Electro's lightning, that would imply his base form can react to things coming at him at over 200,000 miles per hour. And whatever his base form can do, his form down here can do more. So it just makes him look more impressive as a black suit. So when you see him dodging bullets, just know that's actually no big deal. Black suit self, of course, he can dodge bullets and speed blitz you, take the gun out of your hand and things like that. I mean, he's basically Venom at this point. So the Avengers had to pull up the Ultimate Universe version of the Avengers. He withstood an onslaught. Super Soldier Tears like Captain America, he literally tosses away. And he uses Captain America's shield to block a strike from Thor. It was one of those situations where, yeah, he couldn't take on the Avengers. Thor knocked the goo out of him and made him unconscious and everything. But sheesh, he was strong as heck, though. And even there was a point where Thor looked like he was in trouble for 2 seconds. But yeah, he got blasted real bad. And yeah, he can endure a lot for it took the Avengers to pop up to take him on. Ultimate Black Suit Spidey. Yeah, but guys, it's not many appearances. I hope you guys respect Ultimate Symbiote Spider-Man. Not much to show for it. I hope you guys enjoy. But before I get going, I gotta say, thanks for the donations, everybody. It helps out a lot. Respect Black Suit Ultimate Spider-Man, Symbiote Ultimate Spider-Man. You got to, right? I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.